You know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka! Yes! All right! Clap, y'all. Oh, yeah. Come on now. We gotta clap. It's Friday. Usually I don't have to tell people to applaud. Everybody's so happy that it's Friday. Yes. And we are here back in the studio, not socially distanced. And we just want to let you know there's always something good happening on the North End and everywhere else in the Cedar Valley. And today we've got some really good stuff to share with you. We have Rudy Jones.
Yes.
Yes, the Director of Community Development here at City Hall.
That's correct.
Welcome, Rudy.
Thank you. Such a pleasure and privilege to be here. And glad it's working out this time.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah. And also we have Billie Bailey, one of my good friends and an idol. A mentor. What else can you be? I just love the fact that you are a woman in your position and have been doing this for so long.
Well, thank you.
Director of the Grout Museum.
I'm glad to be here. I'm not sure I can live up to all of that, but...
Oh, you do.
Thank you.
Every day. The way she handles business is to be admired, for sure. So you can probably notice, Chaveevah's not here today. Unfortunately, I'm going to try to trudge on without her. It's going to be rough, y'all, but I think I got this. So hopefully all systems are go, right, Ed? Are you seeing us, or are you checking?
Yep, they got audio. Yep.
No, but I don't see it on the page.
Nope, I got it.
You got it. Okay, good. Long as Ed's got it, then I feel good about that.
You got a comment already.
Awesome. Good.
Joyce Ann Wilder says, "Hello, Pastor Rudy."
Oh, yes. Joyce.
Sister Joyce.
Yes, Joyce Wilder, of course. She's doing well in her rehab. I don't know if you're familiar with Joyce on Facebook.
I recognize her name.
Yes, she's recently suffered a health concern and is rehabilitating, and we just love Joyce. Every week she tunes in, and she's constantly posting requests for prayer as she travels on this journey, and I visited her and look forward to visiting her again. And Joyce, thank you for watching. Also, Margot had a question for you, and we're going to get to a lot of that good stuff here in just a moment. But we want to talk to you about, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, any time of the day, or if you're watching us on WCTV on a Saturday morning or a Friday at 4 o'clock, or if you're watching us live on North End Update right now, whatever you're doing, wherever you're watching it, stop it and go like our North End Update page, because from now on, this is the only place where we will be live. So we want more people to like our page, and you guys did that.
Yes,
of course.
Yes, and it's easy to tell because when I tag you, your name comes up. So whatever you do, everybody go like our page. We like to start out with talking about good things happening on the North End. What have you heard about? Anything you know about that's happening in the neighborhood?
Yes, working with the city for a number of years, we understand there's always something great happening in the neighborhood. Some of it is kind of still fleshing itself out, and some of it is happening as we speak. And now that we're coming out of the COVID and there's a lot more social interaction, it's hard for me to keep up with everything that's going on. But in our office, we're at our end-of-year activities, beginning-of-year activities. Felicia Smith-Knowles, who operates our neighborhood services, she keeps us abreast of everything that's going on, because I can't be no more than one place at a time.
Right.
But I try to find out where I can be when I need to be.
Right,
so
right.
A number of things great, especially as it relates to housing. There's some potential development that specifically on probably for the North End that I can't disclose.
Okay,
but we all would be excited.
I like that. A little bit of a tease. And of course, we want our viewers to know we care about everything that happens in the Cedar Valley, but we look at things from a North End perspective. Right. So I want to talk to you about what is happening on the North End from a North End perspective, and that is, what is the name of the Reels and Wheels? The drive-in is opening tonight, and Terrell Hoskins is in charge of that. And is it tonight? I think it is the 25 this weekend, the 25th. So find out how you can find that on our post on our wall, how you can be a part of that, and go to the drive-in again, and it's at Cattle Congress grounds. Have you heard about it, Billy?
I have heard about it.
Yeah.
Brings back a few memories.
Right. Where? What kind of memories?
How about I was in my pajamas with my parents?
Okay, right. Or sneaking friends in your trunk,
Yeah.
or whatever your memories may be. Yeah, of those speakers. We talked about those
Oh,
big
yes.
old bulky
Right,
speakers
right.
back then. Well, now I guess it's done on a radio. So, right? That's what they said last week. You tune in your radio.
Technology.
Yeah. So kudos to Terrell Hoskins. We tried to get him on the show, but of course, he works two jobs. Well, he works at John Deere second shift, so he couldn't make it being a second shifter.
Oh, good for him.
Right. And another good thing I want to report is the Boys and Girls Club, right down on 4th Street, that new teen center.
Yes.
They have collaborated with Travis Ferguson real estate team, and Travis is teaching them more about real estate and how to be involved in real estate, you know,
awesome.
and so it's so needed, you know. Kids have no clue that that's an avenue that you can take, and it can be very lucrative.
And if I may, not only an avenue, but if a child is staying either in an apartment or their own home, at some point it's needful for them to know the financial structure, the legal structure, and all that, especially when we talk about generational wealth. We spend 30, 40 years paying a mortgage, and then unfortunately the city ends up with that property when it becomes in so bad a state. So
See?
kudos to him
Yeah.
that now we've got a new generation of folks that better understands how that property can be transferred and that wealth can be transferred to the next generation, so on and so forth.
That's right.
That is it's a great service.
Yeah.
It is. It's great to know, you know, how to handle your finances.
Right. Right.
And that's a great way to start.
It is a great way.
So also we gotta talk about the Black Hawk County, and you know Gabby. I think she's
Yes,
connected
yes,
to you.
Yes.
And those at our friends at the Black Hawk County Health Department. We want to talk to you about having your yearly exams. They really are trying to get people to understand that COVID is over, the pandemic is done, come out of your houses, get your exams. So, Rudy.
Yes, I'm on schedule. As a matter of fact, I had my last checkup with my neurologist about 3 weeks ago. No physical therapy, no shots, no surgery, no more visits unless need be. So I'm in a good place today.
Awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Billie.
Mine is coming up, so
Okay.
I'm on schedule. So I will be going sometime this summer to do my annual checkup.
Okay, and did you happen to know that it's time to make yourself priority? Call and find out if you can qualify for this important program. And the program is you can get free exams, free mammograms and physical for women who qualify. So most people do, it says, and you need to get those things done. So if you or someone you know needs help paying for these services, please call the Care for Yourself program at 319-292-2225 and care for yourself. His Chaveevah happened to be watching today, and is she saying anything to us? Because I'm telling you, right about now,
She's probably saying, "Why didn't you tell Billie not to wear green?"
right, exactly. It's her fault. We're not sitting in the backyard with our beautiful scenery because I forgot to tell Billie, don't wear green because we have a green screen, but I like the green, you know, it looks nice. And I've been often wanted to wear green, but it's always,
Yeah.
we'll do a show at the Grout and I'll wear my green. And you can wear the right colors.
Yeah,
again.
right.
Okay. Well, let's see. It usually about this time in the show, we talk about, and I get to sing this song, and it goes something like this. The Soul Town, the Soul Town magazine, and I think we don't have a graphic because we don't have our green screen. But I didn't bring the magazine today. But I do know that there's a new prison outreach in the Soul Town that they're trying to promote. And that is support a soul today by purchasing a discounted quarterly subscription to the Soul Town magazine for a loved one who may be incarcerated. Now, Rudy, I know you are a preacher, and I know what the Bible says. We don't want to forget those who are
Sure.
in prison.
Sure.
So, what a great way
It is.
to support.
Especially in this age of technology, where they've got a lot more access to the outside world, that's an excellent resource that they should be able to take advantage of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And do you know where to get your copy of the Soul Town? You can get it at Earth's Beauty Supply, or you can go to thesoultown.com and get yourself a copy and subscribe for anybody else that you want in prison or out here running around, because everybody can use a copy of this good stuff. In fact, this Soul Town is what inspired us for our show.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because they're chilling. Do you know who Cherie Kabay is? She is the one that inspired us, because she kept writing about all the good things happening, and she had us on the show talking about our books and the publishing company and things like that. And then I thought, well, why not highlight good things in our area? Which definitely brings us to you. So, Billie, I want to talk to you a little bit about some great things that are going on at the Grout. We had graphics, but you wore green.
I know, so you're not going to be able to see them.
So we're not going to be able to see that. And, well, one thing I want to talk to you about is Margot, the question that she had earlier today. Answer, do you remember what it was, and can you talk about that?
She wanted to, let me see if I can paraphrase this properly. She wanted to know what the museum did with things when they weren't on display, and she went into some detail about some art items that were in her grandparents' house, I believe it was.
Okay.
When it was torn down, and was told that they went to the museum, and then that there was some concern that they had been given outside the community. So her particular situation, our registrar has reached out to Margot, and we're going to try to figure out what the items were and when they were, and see if we can figure out what happened.
Okay.
As far as where artifacts go that when they're not on display, we have a huge storage area in the lower level of the museum, and anytime something's not on display, that's where it goes. We do have excess of some items. Can't imagine they were those, but those will sometimes be traded with other museums. But our job as a museum is to be the caretaker of whatever is given to us. It's in our collection, and it's there.
Now, I wonder, do you have like a contract, like we were talking at a meeting that, when we'll get back to more on that, but do you have a contract, or how does that go if I donate something to the museum for the public to view for a certain amount of time? How does that?
Well, we have a couple of different options. There are donations where you say, I don't want this anymore, I'm giving it to you.
Oh, okay.
And then the Grout assumes ownership of it. There's also a loan. And let's say we're doing an exhibit and you have something that would really make a difference in that exhibit or really help illustrate a point. What we would do then is, and we do have agreements for both of those that are signed by the museum and the party donating or loaning. And if it's a loan, it says I'm going to loan this item to you from this period to this period for this purpose, and when the purpose is done, you pick up your item and we're done. So
Okay. Good enough.
we try to keep our paperwork in order.
All right. And so I know Margot is happy to hear that, and I'm happy that you contacted her with the other person that can figure that out for her.
Yeah, that we do want to do that. So because as long as I've been there, I do have lots of memories, but I don't remember everything.
Right.
So
I'm sure it would be difficult with all that you have seen and
Yeah,
have
so
yet
her,
to see.
so her specific incident, I don't remember it directly, but
Sure.
we'll look into it.
Good, good. And thank you, Margot, for putting up that question. We want to encourage our viewers, if you have any questions for these two, to chime right in. Okay, so now we're at our segment called Give It Air. And today, our Give It Air question is critical race theory. Can we just call it the truth? Okay.
We need to call it the truth. One thing I've learned as I grow older is that even though my body is not as active and strong as it used to be, my mind is still, I'm trying to keep it as sharp as it can be. And a lot of that has to do with how do I engage current affairs, current topics, current dialogue. So I'm not just rambling, but I have some degree of knowledge and information with whatever that conversation is. And this particular one, for me, it's hard to get around not discussing it. I went to an HBCU, which is a land grant university. How did we get there? Because we were not treated in such a way back when, so on and so forth. People need to know the truth because, in a theological sense, truth is what sets us free.
Okay. Very, very good. Your take on that, Billie?
Well, I can't be that eloquent, but but I mean I agree. The truth is the truth. The truth has perspectives. Obviously, what you experienced and what I experienced are two different things, but we need to look at all sides of it. We can't just say that it's this one path, and Columbus sailed over the ocean in 1492. And,
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. We just
Yeah.
we can't do that, and we do need to be looking at all sides and be truthful.
But and we're gonna just maybe make one more round. We discussed this a little bit before the camera started rolling, and I think I said the truth hurts. And I think you came back with your COVID vaccine.
Ever since I was a young toddler with my first booster shot, I knew that there would probably not be a time that I would like needles.
Okay.
That was my truth.
Sure.
But a greater truth was that what came out of that needle probably is going to be beneficial for me after the pain is over. So folks sometimes, like we've been told, probably just need to get over it and let the truth do what it needs to do, and that's help us all move forward.
Very, very nice. I like your analogies.
Okay.
And it's almost like you might know Jesus, like with parables, right?
He was the master teacher. That's what
There
we
you
do.
go. For those of you who don't know, Rudy is also a pastor, and we heard he can sing.
We did hear that.
Yes.
You might have heard wrong.
So,
And such range.
in such range, he goes from bass to falsetto, y'all. I've heard you are in for a treat. RC birthday people, stay tuned. Newsflash, Rudy can sing. Okay. So we're going to move on because we talk about Royal Legacy Christian Academy still has 2 job openings, and they need a daycare director and an assistant teacher. And all inquiries should call 319-595-1097. Okay, and today's High Five Friday. Give them $5 at RLCA Waterloo or PayPal at rlcwaterloo.org/support. And you can see it there on our screen. Okay, so now I gotta talk to you. Let's see Billie. I think I'm gonna go back to Billie.
Okay.
Okay, because we have a new meeting situation. Talk about your new exhibit and kind of what the Grout is doing with the Black community.
Okay. Well, the exhibit it's just the initial exhibit that talks about it's in our recent acquisitions area and it is material from the first protest marches in Waterloo about a year ago after George Floyd was murdered. What we are doing is we've worked with our board member, Tavis Hall, and he approached LaTanya Graves from the NAACP, and we formed a committee, the Black Stories Collective, and you are part of this, as is Chaveevah, and Our goal is twofold. One is to get out there and do video interviews with as many people as we can find who want to tell their story. We have some Black stories in our Voices of Iowa archive. They're primarily veterans.
So that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No, that's fine.
I know that the Grout has always been inclusive, but I think even nowadays, since last summer, I mean, I'm seeing Black people where I've never seen them before. I watch Antiques Roadshow, and I've been seeing more Black people on the Roadshow than I've ever seen. You know, I think people are really purposefully being more inclusive. So this isn't a start. Have you always had some type of exhibit that reflects African American culture or life?
Well, as long as I've been there, we've tried to either put a light on that, you know, a focus, like a special exhibit, or as we put together the Sullivan Brothers Iowa Veterans Museum exhibits, we tried to make sure that we covered, okay, does it have women represented? Does it have Black Americans represented? We wanted to, and does it have Native Americans represented? We wanted to make sure we tried to include all the people of Iowa who served our
Sure.
country, not just what you think of when you think of a soldier or a sailor.
Right.
So that's one part, but that is something that we've tried hard to be inclusive. Do we make mistakes sometimes? Of course we do.
Of course.
We're
And so
human.
this is a fresh start, would you say?
Yes.
Because this is going to be an ongoing
Exactly.
exhibit. So, okay, I think we have some comments. Ed.
We do have some comments. Amy Cass says history is meant to evolve and change as a whole. Of the human knowledge as human knowledge expands, history is not static. The more we discover, the more it will continue to evolve.
That's right.
Philip Banks says hello, North End
Hey,
Update.
Philip.
Greetings from the Amtrak.
Hey.
And co-host Chaveevah Banks Ferguson commented, "Hello everyone, currently in transit, but wanted to send a greetings from me and my brother Phil."
Awesome. Well, great, Chaveevah. We hope you're having a great trip. It's kind of strange here without
Yes.
you, but we're going to trudge along. And thank you so much for watching and commenting. And Amy Cass is one of our new board members. We have applied for a 501c3 so we can start giving away scholarships and
Good
making
for
a
you.
big difference in our community in another way. So Amy is on our new board, and we just love her contributions, and she's always commenting and making great points. So this is a fresh start. It's going to be an ongoing exhibit, and I'm
Correct.
so happy to be a part. Chaveevah, I can speak for her as well. We're happy to be a part of this. So I noticed Nia Shindig is in charge of some of your interviews.
Well, we felt that was a really important factor that, we have good interviewers on our staff with Bob Niemeyer and Pat Kinney, but collecting Black stories, we felt it was really important to have a Black person be the interviewer. And I saw some of the work that Nia had done, what was it, last year?
Oh, sure.
The how to be a anti-racist.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought, well, she really is the right person to help us move forward with this. So we are contracting with her to conduct, I think right now she's supposed to conduct about 48 interviews.
Okay.
So if she calls you, say yes.
Okay.
You too.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
And if others know someone that needs to be interviewed, how can they get a hold to Nia?
They can.
Or
They
you.
could just call the museum, and then
Okay.
we've got a an ongoing list. So we're happy to put people's names on the list. And the goal here is to get as many stories as we can, because we all know this. Iowa has a very small Black population, but Waterloo has, it's, what is it now, 18%?
Yes.
And we were doing some work for a grant in the public school system. I think it's like 28%.
Is that
I mean, it's a
right?
really, so it's an incredible story that
Sure.
really needs to be saved and preserved. Even if we don't eventually tell the whole story and it goes somewhere else, that's fine. But we need to save it now before it gets away from us.
Yes. And in closing, I want to also mention that you have a number of wonderful things going on at the Grout. Of course, the Veterans Museum, and some other exhibits. I know you had the women's suffrage exhibit.
Yep.
Talk about some of the others, the exhibits. The planetarium, is that still,
It's getting closer.
is it?
Yep. The women's suffrage exhibit closes right around Labor Day weekend, so there's still a little time to see it. We have an exhibit right now about the Gulf War, the end of the Gulf War, 30 years after. That will be going down fairly soon, to be followed by an exhibit of random things from our collection that haven't seen the light of day in a while. We also you mentioned the planetarium. The planetarium is undergoing some renovation right now. All of the seats have been ripped out. The dome has been repainted and cleaned and repainted. I should do that in the right order.
That had to be a job.
There'll be new seats. It's scheduled to open later this fall. So, be on the lookout for an all-new planetarium.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
And we did reopen the Imaginarium earlier this month. It was closed over a year
Okay.
because of COVID, and because everything's so high
sure.
touch.
High touch.
We just thought we weren't really sure if we wanted to do that, but we finally decided let's give it a shot. So
yeah, and that age group though, they're the ones as we're so concerned about.
well,
that
that's
and a
right.
little
They
bit
can't
older,
they can't get vaccines.
Be
so
careful. Be careful. Yeah.
We are.
But thank you. And like Tava said at the meeting the other day, your work is to be commended, and I really do appreciate the leadership role that you've taken in making sure that these stories get told and that the museum continues to operate at such a great level. And good luck post-pandemic.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Okay, Rudy,
Yes.
the singing preacher with all the insight and answers. I have to look at you a whole nother way now. I didn't know you were who you are. So talk about your job.
Sure.
What do you like about it? And
Well, I like nothing about it, love everything about it.
okay.
I started with a small trucking firm. Laverne Robson was my supervisor, along with a couple other gentlemen. I then moved onto a mayor's minority contractors task force, and then there was a job that opened up as the compliance officer with the city, and that's been 34 years ago.
Oh, Rudy, you've been working with the city that long.
Yes.
I didn't realize
Well,
that.
I make it my intention to stay under the radar because at the end of the day, I'm not as important as what we do.
Okay.
What we do is what's important, and that's serving our community, especially those that are of low and moderate income. So for the last 13, 14 years, I've been the director, which allows me to kind of lead a great staff in making housing recommendations that kind of keep safe and better provide housing initiatives for our community.
And I know you're supposed to talk about some certain things,
Sure,
and we're
sure.
going to get to those points,
Sure.
and also how people can connect with you
Sure.
if they have a concern that
Sure.
would qualify.
Sure. So last year, when the pandemic hit, we were in our last year of our lead paint hazard grant, and we missed about 4 or 5 months of production of projects right in the spring when construction starts to ratchet up. We unfortunately had to send back about $1 million because our project year was running out. But we used that time and opportunity to strengthen our program, build our contractor pool, which allowed us to write a new grant, which we were awarded $3 million last summer
Oh,
that
wow.
we started this year. So the folks that didn't get served then, we tried our best to get as many of those folks in on our new grant cycle.
Okay.
So we started out the year extremely strong. Black Hawk County Health is one of our primary partners. They do a lot of the health assessments when we go in and visit the homeowners. So houses built prior to 1978, a good candidate. If you got kids 5 and under, a good candidate. We even have added rental units with the kids and the age as a part of our program. So folks need to call in and see if they possibly eligible. We love to help. We also have emergency assistance with roof repairs, with electrical repairs, hot water heaters, furnaces.
Wow.
This next funding cycle, we're looking at putting a chunk of money into down payment assistance on some new development. And we know we've got an application for the Edison School site,
Oh.
where some new housing units going in there. And hopefully there's going to be another one on the north side that we can't share with you yet. But
Okay.
we love
We
new
love those
development.
little teases, that
well,
little
it's-
hint. I love that because
I'm biting my lip hard because
Okay.
it's going to be great for the
Good.
community at large.
sure.
This is what we do and we enjoy doing. And I'm telling you, I got a great staff, great staff.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
And how can people that have the idea that they know somebody or they are someone,
Sure,
how
sure.
can they get a hold to you
Sure.
at the city?
319-291-4429. They can go to our website. They can email us, and I'll get emails sometimes after hours. Sometimes I'll answer after hours. And sometimes if I don't get back with you in a reasonable amount of time, holler back at me. We are so busy because we're still playing catch up.
Right.
We've got 3 rounds of the CARES Act due to the COVID. So, and we've got limited staff, but we try our darndest to make sure we get as many of those services and with the help of our partners into the community.
Of course.
Right.
And shout out to your partner, Gabby DeWitt, who reminded
Yes.
me because I had
Yes.
2 different calendars, new
Sure.
phone, all that. Who new phone, who this?
Sure.
But we got you on, and I'm so glad that
Appreciate
we
that.
were able to get that information out there. And now it's time for you to sing. We got some birthday people that have just been waiting to hear from this wonderful singing pastor,
Yeah.
Rudy Jones. And I know the First Lady Sherry, you know I got to shout out my girl Sherry. I bet you she can sing good backup too.
Sherry's a better singer.
Okay.
Sherry's a better singer.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a better singer.
Okay, we always have the best birthday people. Would you guys mind reading the first row?
I'll
Rudy?
take the first group. You can take the second
Sure,
group.
sure.
Okay. Miss Heather Robinson,
Yay, Heather!
Nicole Lyric,
Yay, Nicole!
Gregory Gentry,
Yes, get Gregory.
Chris
Yeah.
Jones,
All right, Chris.
and Miss Laura Nash.
All right, Laura.
And I have Mr. Mark Crawford Jr.,
Marky.
and I believe this is Cassandra Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Mayor,
That's right.
Thomas Flint,
Pastor Flint.
Leandro Outlaw, and Dan Bellows.
Yes,
Yes,
Dan
yes,
Bellows. Well, happy birthday to all of them. And every week we have like I say, the best birthday people. So we just want you to know that we're glad it's your birthday.
Yes.
Hope you celebrated between last Wednesday and this Wednesday. Since our show is on a Friday, we do it that way. So we sing the Stevie Wonder version. And what about you? You want soprano today?
Maybe I'll do bass.
You do bass. Okay. We sing the Stevie Wonder version, and it goes something like this. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. A little louder.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
I can't even. That was pretty bad.
I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you.
You did.
I tried to warn you.
When somebody tells you they can't sing, believe them the first time. No, it's been a great
Yes,
show. I miss my friend Chaveevah because she
Yes.
would have really got a laugh at how bad you sing.
I wouldn't be mad at her.
Oh, what fun. Oh, my goodness. Well, this has really been a fun show. I want to thank you guys. You got me cracking up over here. But I want to thank you guys so much for being good sports and being so much fun,
Sure, sure.
because it's the end of the week, and it's always nice to get started on a good foot, on a good note.
Sure.
Now, wait a minute.
No, not a good note, right? I can't say the good note. Oh,
Gotcha.
you have me cracking up. Okay, well, like we like to say at the end of every show, Until next time, we want to encourage our viewers to keep doing more
Right.
of what makes you awesome, like Billie and Rudy, because it makes us all look good. See you next time.